Hello, welcome to episode 113 in this series where I am programming an NES game live on stream tonight from scratch. Let's get started. Pretty good. Trying to clean up the basement for a bit of company. Same here every time. Yeah, it seems like now's the time of year that things are happening and you get behind because school's wrapping up, so my daughter's got a lot of stuff going on and work is busy and companies visiting from out of town. Same thing, although not staying at our house, so it's a little bit easier. But yeah, so started the stream late, but that's okay. Where we were last time, in a very tired recording, I was working on getting this transition to work where we go into the repeat scroll mode, and that's working fine. But now the problem is, well, you probably saw, if we go back, there's some weird glitches going on, and I'm not 100% sure what's triggering them. It seems like they're scroll related glitches. I can't tell, but you get little, yeah, see, there it was. There's like a little jump in the scroll position, not to be confused with pole position, which was one of my favorite games on the Atari, one of the few that I played a lot. But oh, it's the attribute switch. So interesting. Huh. Let's take a look at this. What's going on? It's because oh, you know what it is? We're probably switching to the bottom offset before we actually move the scroll. Huh. Alright, so that's one mystery sort of solved. Let's see if we can figure out why that's happening. Let's see. So we're doing the swap when the scroll rolls over. Oh, but you know what? It doesn't force the attribute update to occur. So we had looked at doing something like this before, but I think it's as simple as, where is metatile flag? So for attributes, we just need to set the bit to 1. And before we had turned that off because it was creating a bit of it, or it wasn't solving the immediate issue, but I guess that's going to be 0 no matter what. So we can increment it here. But then yeah, I'm setting scroll on V blank. So I think it's more of just a timing issue with the update here. Now, that may not be true 100% of the time because there were a couple of other situations where I was seeing some weird behavior there, but we'll get to that in a second. So this one, I want to just do the OR because if we've already set it, we don't really want it to make the value go to 2. We just want to set the bit, first bit. Alright, so let's see if that fixed that problem. I think it should be better now. funny. It's like after reloading the game, the maximum emulation speed is not quite as fast as it was previously, especially with the debugging stuff open. It's like it did it just there again, didn't it? I didn't rewind fast enough, or far enough rather. Huh. Wonder why it's still... The only thing I can think of is that we're forcing metatile flag back to 0 in the repeat scroll mode somehow. Or something to that effect. Let's take a look. Or I've just misremembered what actually forces the attribute update. Yeah, it's got to be bit 1. So when we come in here, we set it to 0, and then, you know, just to be safe, let's just do this the right way. I mean, it's kind of silly, but it just to avoid any issue here. All right, so done with objects wouldn't be, that's for map mode. So this is not correct. So let's see. So this is the same problem I was talking about before. This might be part of it. Okay, load A or A, that's fine. That's and 1. Okay, let's see if that fixed it. Oops. Well, I don't need my ship right now anyway. So once we get to the part where we flip over, yeah, it's still doing it. That's weird. Let's open the debugger here, because I thought for sure I was doing this the right way, but clearly that is not true. So that's where we're setting this. So let's just break on that, and then no, can't type either. All right, so here is our attribute update. So we're loading, let's see, the metatile flag end with, yeah, so let's see what it actually, if we actually get to here. Okay, so it's updating What's scroll Y set to? Did it loop over already? 0 and 0. So at that point, it's already wrong. Huh. Why is that? Hello? Rewind, please. So the scroll... What is metatile flag at? It's 3. So we're loading a new row, and we're loading the attributes. So that part's okay for this part, because we've loaded our tiles in, and now we want to update these attributes. But swap should be set... Oh... Is the swap redundant? Where are we updating the main registers? Are we not using that anymore? No, it's over here. So it's 0. So we copy our sprites. 2340. Right, okay, so that's our, that's our sprite copy there. And then we set up 2000 with our new swap value. Except that it's not the new swap value, it's what it was last time. So if I what happened? That is very strange. Swap is still 0. Why did we... What are my scroll values? They looked okay in the previous frame, but they're 0 and 0. But that's not... That's not what I'm seeing here. Well, I guess I am. I'm seeing 0. I don't know what this is showing, because that's off, but this is the 0 position of the bottom name table, which is what we're seeing here in the attributes. The attributes are correct for only this portion of the screen. So it's almost like... Let's take a look at the PPU reference, because I thought that I was saying this right, but I feel like I'm not. Or who knows, maybe something else is up. And then after this stuff is finally fixed, I'm hoping maybe we'll get into adding a little bit of sound, just to kind of change over from we've been dealing with these scrolling issues, and this attribute stuff for a while. I thought it'd be fun to tackle something a little bit different. So, scrolling. So, actually, let me go back here for a second. The registers. Controller 2000. I wonder, is it because I am doing this? Paul, maybe you know. I'm setting the register at 2000 in the beginning. And I'm not turning off drawing at the NMI, but then I'm adding new tiles and I'm updating the attributes and the scroll. Should I be turning off drawing at that point? Like, is that creating this problem with the scrolling because I'm doing it in a weird spot? Or should I maybe move the scrolling to be done first? I know there's some weird behaviors you can get into depending on timing of things. I'm just wondering if that's what we're seeing, or if it's because I didn't turn things off. I'm just basically kind of reconfiguring that we want NMI, and let's see, and that background pattern table is 1, and then depending on where the scroll position is, we're either setting base name table to 2000 or to 2800. And it almost seems like it doesn't. I mean, this is weird to me. Like this showing that the scroll is here, and also that I'm seeing it at the bottom, or I'm showing the bottom name table at 2800, even though I've clearly set the register at 2000 to be should I have done the, could it be something where I should have done the bit before I load an OR? I'm getting some sort of residual nonsense, because bit does affect A, doesn't it? It affects those flags. Sets the Z flags though, and with the accumulator. Nah, it doesn't change A. Okay, so it's not something that would cause a problem for this. Just weird. Or am I doing bit too many times? I would... Let's see what it says here. If the PPU is currently in vertical blank, V blank flag is set to 1, changing the NMI flag in bit 7 of 2000 from 0 to 1 will immediately generate an NMI. This can cause graphical errors if the NMI routine is executed too late in the blanking period. Should I not be... It's prudent to read 2002 immediately before writing to 2000 to clear the V blank. Well, I'm doing that. Hey, OG Shwoo, is that right? Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, the YouTube channel is just all the recordings of this and the Zero Page series, and just recently passed 1,000 subs on YouTube, which is pretty awesome. So this is read. Reading the status will clear bit 7. And also the address latch used by PPU scroll and PPU address. Reading PPU status within 2 cycles of a start of the start of the vertical blank will return 0 in bit 7, but clear the latch anyway, causing NMI to not occur that frame. Huh. Hey, Banchaku. Yeah, trying to start on time for a change. It's just odd. I've seen Messin do this before, where it shows the scroll position in not what's actually displayed on the screen, and I don't know why, and I don't know if I should be worried about that, because the bigger issue is still, I mean, short of this actually just being not actually a problem, which I don't think is true. I think there's definitely something here, because I know Messin is fairly accurate. It's just wonder if I don't know if this is going to help me or not, but let's give it a shot. See if this will tell me anything that I wasn't expecting. Oh, I missed it. Too far. It's too fast for me. Rewind. Come on. Trying to catch it on that frame to see. Oh. It didn't want to show me. Oh man, come on. Trying to see if this will give me an idea of if I'm maybe updating outside of the V blank and that's causing this or something. I mean, there was a lot of updates there. There were quite a few, but I don't know if it was enough to cause a problem. I'm not changing any banks right now. I'm just using a fixed bank, so I don't think that's the problem. I wonder if just the code is for some reason now. Let's see. Oh, come on. Sorry to make you guys watch this over and over again, but I'm really just trying to understand what's actually happening on the hardware here, or the emulated hardware, that would cause this behavior. Oh, I'm gonna have to take a screenshot. Oh, maybe, let's see. Don't move. So what am I looking at here? We've got PPU register right. But they look like they stop in time. I mean, there's a lot going on, but it doesn't look like it's happening. Like what I've seen before is you see updates happening at the top here, right? Yeah, exactly. It looks like the name table gets swapped, but I don't know why. I guess I could look and see in the PPU register memory. Let's see, because I think the wiki outlines where that actually is in the PPU. Yeah, PPU memory map. Mirrors of 2000, so it would be 3000 and higher. Oh, wait. Oh, mirrors of it's 2000. I was hoping it was the registers. Can I see the registers? No. Is it here? Do we have the PPU registers? We have the status, frame. Oh, we've got these. All right, so VRAM address. Usually you check your cache, or you can put a breakpoint when 2000 is written. Well, the problem is I'm updating 2000 every VBlank. Maybe that is the problem, I don't know. Should I not be doing that? Most of the time I'm setting it to the same value. In this particular case, it looks like it's changing, but if I look at the value of swap, it's 0, so we should still be seeing just 10001000 written to it. So I'm a little perplexed as to why this is a problem right now. About the only thing I'm wondering is if I'm doing the bit on 2002 too many times. and messing up something? Like, is there maybe a problem reading from this too often? Because it's resetting the latches. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just answer my own question? No, because I'm doing the scroll last because of that. Okay, so that should be okay, assuming I don't skip that ever. I guess the question is if I'm process title screen. Oh. No carriage return. Load a flag, store, PPU control, bit, PPU status, reset the latch before scrolling data. Yeah, you're doing, I think, the same thing as I am. I think the thing I don't understand. I'm resetting the memory. I'm resetting the latch for the memory. I'm writing the screen memory addresses, and then I'm outputting my new tiles if I need to, which in this case, I believe it's doing, because metatile flag is... Oh, it's actually 0. Interesting. It was 3 because we were updating both the tiles and the attributes. And then, once again, we're doing a bit because we're setting the address to where the attribute memory lives, and then doing our repeated write to the attribute buffer. Yeah, it definitely is an edge case bug wrapping around the name table, but it doesn't make sense. Scroll is 0, so we're not pushing. We wouldn't have pushed over to the next name table technically yet. But the scroll position is... Oh, I see. So this actually is showing the right scroll position now? Weird. Okay. But it's got... But it's scroll position 0 of the name table that starts at 2800, not at 2000. Does it say... Curious, if the help in here explains what these PPU status things are. Debugger, PPU memory mappings. Okay, just shows them, I guess. Code disassembly, emulation status. PPU viewer. Let me just see what. So it doesn't describe what that is. Let's see, VRAM adder. Yeah, the scroll position is correct, but the name table is the bottom name table instead of the top one on the left-hand side, which is so it's weird. I'm not understanding why that is. Search not work. The search not work? Console. Hello? Are we getting an error or just nothing? Nothing? No, no network request. What am I missing? Okay. So much for... Or is it narrowing down something on the left? I don't know. Guess it's just broken or never worked. Who knows? I think the scroll is at the wrong position, but name table is fine. 255 is maybe the wrong number. But I don't think I ever set it to 255. I can, you know what we could do? We can put a conditional breakpoint on the memory if it hits 255. There is a case where it would be 255, but then it would be immediately corrected back. So let's take a look at that. So that's scroll Y. So let's see. Add to watch. No. Add edit breakpoint on write specific, and then help me out. What does this say? Value of register. Current value being written. So value equals FF. What is the syntax? Oh, just hex $FF. All right. I mean, I suppose that's possible, but I thought I was accounting for that properly. So let's see. Let me go it a little bit faster than 1 frame a second. All right, so yeah, so it hit FF here on the decrement, but that's fine because then we compare it and we change it to 239, and then that's fine. So that's all good. It's when it's actually equal to 0. It's pretty weird. Edit breakpoint. Let's rewind here. Stop it. Disabled. Okay, well, maybe that's okay. Let's try that, and then we'll go to here, and what we'll do is we'll put a breakpoint after everything is done with this update and see what happens. So if I run, what? Okay. Did I miss it? Yep, I missed it. These breakpoints. Let's do this. Let's back up for a second. Working backwards in a debugger is always a little painful here. So let's scroll frame by frame. Whoop, there it was. I missed it. Too fast. There. All right. Scroll Y is 0. Swap is 0. Screen memory is 2BA0, which means that we've pushed screen memory over to the bottom, right? Because we updated down here 2BA0. That's correct. Why on earth, though, did it... If I were to... I don't know if this will be possible or not. Can I... No, I can't do that. So weird. VRAM address is 2340. Cycle 199. Scanline 246. So what? That's like it took six scan lines to do the update. It looks like, because we're still at greater than 240 rather than back at 0 or something. I wish I knew what that actually meant, because it would be potentially useful. Let's see. It just says what the status is. It doesn't really... Oh, you know what? That's probably the address that was written into 2006 for updates using 2007. I bet that's what that is. So if you were to write 2340 into 2006, then you'd get... We can check that later, but that's fine. Name table address 2340. Screen mem is 2BA0. Where did we do the update? We did it to 23C0. So 2340 is before that. What were we updating there? 2340 is where 2340 is here. Which just so happens to be where it's showing the scroll window. How did we get 2340 loaded into there? 2340 is our DMA copy of our sprites. Do you have to do anything to wait for the sprite DMA copy to finish? I have no idea. So let me see here. Well, wait. No, that's 4014. So what am I... Why? What is this? Why am I doing this? 2340. The current name table is being set here. So I'm loading A with the value I want for the register at 2000, and then swap will be either 0 or 2. Sorry, is that right? 0 or whatever the other value is. Yeah. Or 2, or 2, yeah. 0 or 2, and then ORs it against this value and then writes that into 2000. I'm just wondering, why am I doing this? Because, let's see. That's our DMA copy. Over here, 2340, which is what we have in here. I don't even think we need that. That's like a name table address. And it also happens to be where the scroll, it's like that. I wonder, I'm going to get rid of that because I don't actually think that's necessary for anything. Let's just comment it out for a second here. So nothing has broken by getting rid of that, although there was a weird one quick flash that occurred that we'll have to take a look at in a second. But and I don't even know that necessarily, no, it's still doing it. It's just an unnecessary update, I guess. Come on. Wait, is it not doing it now? No, there it was. Come on. Oh yeah, 2340 was probably where the HUD was, you're right. That makes sense. And we got rid of the HUD, and then I guess I never got rid of that update to the address. So, not the cause of the problem. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You, sir. You, sir, may have... Is it still calling this interrupt handler for some reason? Just... I thought I turned that off, but... You just made me think of that. I wonder if that could be it. Let's rewind. Go to normal speed, please. Yeah. See, that would have been too easy, right? I thought maybe that's what was happening, was maybe we were somehow calling the interrupt table, and it was changing the interrupt vector, and it was changing the scroll position, but doesn't look like it. Let's add... Well, I don't want to add a breakpoint there. It's weird, though. You're right about... Oh, actually, this is... Huh. So that did something. That did something. That changed where the scroll window is showing. So before it was at 2340 where the HUD was being drawn. But now it's at 2800, which is where we updated the tiles. Well, actually, no, that's not where we updated the tiles. We updated the tiles at 2BA0. Where is the debugger? The value in the VRAM address is 02. Background address is 0. I would imagine that that's going to flip once the emulation continues, and we let's check that just to confirm that I'm not totally crazy right now. No. What would actually cause that to change? BG address. I thought there was something you could make this update while you're running. Yeah, I know this is going to slow it down, but kind of want to see what it's doing here. If anything, it might help. I don't know. It's interesting to me that it shows the X scroll but not the Y scroll. Find the XY coordinates. And left corner visible, right the X coordinate to PPU scroll, right the Y coordinate to PPU scroll, right write the starting page high order bit of X and Y to bits 0 and 1 of PPU control. Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you do it in that order? Is that why? Whoa, hey, Zorchenheimer, how's it going? You brought a whole party here. Except that my stream is dead. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to keep streaming, but let's figure out what's going on here. So it looks like we need to update it looks like what we're getting wrong here is that we want to do this part after the scroll. The scroll settings, because apparently that is what's being recommended. Let's see if that has any discernible difference. All right. So the good news is that didn't break anything. Let's see if it fixed something though. Let's see if we get that weird glitch again. No, that looked good. All right. Well, there you go. We learned something today. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So now that that's running smoothly, let's see what's going on here with when we switch back to map mode. Okay. So this is still off by a little bit. We knew that. Let's see if we can fix this part. So it is, yeah, the connection is just still crap right now. All right. All right, so the attributes are off by a row, which is weird because why is it doing that? Who knows? Probably because we are in a situation where the camera hitting 0 has confused things. So let's take a look at that. So part of it is that the camera is resetting. The camera is hitting 0. The camera is hitting 0 in a weird spot. So if we were to say we wanted to do, okay, repeat scroll mode. We wanted to do, let's say, if we're doing 15 rows of 16 by 16 meta tiles. Let's say we want to do 3 screens worth. So that's times 16, that's 720, which is 2d0 in hex. So let's say 2d0, and then same thing here. As we discovered, this should be d0, well, 2d1. Let's make that and rebuild and relaunch, and where's my script? There, and not well, yeah, whatever, that's fine. Run. Maximum speed. Ramming speed. Alright, so the camera counter is higher. It's actually much higher than I really wanted it to be. I think probably two screens would have been enough. Oh, and that's what I had, 1E0. So why did it end in such a weird spot? There we go. So the attribute alignment problem was because of the way that it was ending the repeat scroll mode. And that means that our scrolling is working now. Oh, I spoke too soon. It was working until we went back to repeat scroll mode. Why on earth did that fail? We got to the end of the map, and then we should be swap to repeat scroll mode. Because it did it one. Oh, I just it's miscalculating the camera offset. Well, that's why. Okay. That's fixable. Camera. Subtract 15 rows of 16. So should it only be 14 rows of 16? That's E0. Oh well, you know, I could have figured that out myself. I didn't need the calculator for that. That was silly. So if we restart that, let's just close all the debugging stuff just to get things moving quickly here. Here, let's restart it. I really wanted to actually run at maximum speed. Load param 3, branch not equal to skip. Oh. Did I do this in the wrong? Subtract by 14 rows. Oh yeah, I did this in the wrong spot. So how is it recalculating? Okay, so load a camera position, clear carry, add carry 1. Oh, because this is the calculation. Multiply by 16 to calculate the maximum Y position based on the number of rows. So the row, max row count. What is the row count? Max rows. It's 14 hex. 20. 20 times 16 is 320. Is that what it's actually starting out when we're getting that to the map? Actually, just restart this here. I thought that's what I remembered seeing, but I couldn't tell you right now. Camera is not that. It is... Well, okay, it's 320 minus 240. Come back. Seven, huh? $97. Offset the count. So taking max rows, which is what, 20 I said, and then multiplying by 16, that gives us 320, right? And then we're adding 1, and then we're subtracting, and that gives us 81. Oh, okay, so 79. Yeah, that's close enough. Put this back to 15. So we have one too many rows. We have one too many rows for the camera when we start over again, is what I'm seeing. Where's the debugger? Let's just close. The good news is that the repeat scroll mode swapping to map mode seems to be good. Once you have the alignment right, where you have an even number of, we have a full complement of the meta tile 2x2, So that's saying it's 321. But then when it gets to the end, there's one extra bit of, yeah, so it's behind a row. So why isn't that a problem? Why isn't that a problem when we start? If we have, so the camera begins at a position that's offset by a full screen worth of meta tiles, and 16 fits into 240, so it's not some sort of weird, right? I'm pretty sure I've validated this already. Yeah, that's 15. I wonder if it's just because, if the issue is because the expectation is the camera, when the camera's at 320, it's at the very bottom of the map where there's nothing there. Right? I want to be able to see this visually. So it doesn't give me a pixel value, but there are 3 rows of the green tiles there. If I back up here, let's make sure we're not missing a row. I mean, that could possibly be what's causing this. Let's take a look at the PPU. Maybe it's not loading a whole row. Oh, it's not loading a row. So it's not that the camera is off. Huh. It's not starting in the right spot. Why would that be? So row mem. Okay, load A, add carry, road mem. So that's going to give me load A max rows. Load A parameter 3, branch if equal to full screen. Load A max rows. Should I not be subtracting 1? Yeah, I guess not. Because that's 20. Let me think about that. 20, and then it's multiplied. Well, that should be okay. I thought that would be okay, but let's see. Maybe not. And then we'll figure out why, if that works, in a second. But I hadn't considered that until just now. But it's obviously not. Let me reload this because I actually want it to go pretty quick. Come on. You're not going to open the PPE viewer for me. Okay, so we should get 3 rows of the green meta tiles when we hit the scroll limit here. We were only getting 2 before. You know, it could be because we're... Yeah, see, now we got 3 correctly. I think it's because we're probably assuming... in the code that draws that it's got to decrement to the next row. That's the only thing I can think of. We'll take a look at it in a second, but that's looking correct now. And we should swap to repeat scroll mode here any moment. There's the enemy trigger. And repeat scroll mode, which... why is the attribute update behind now? Why was this working fine before when we came from the map directly? But now that we're coming from the map after a repeat scroll, it's not doing it properly. Now we're going to have another problem when we do the map and then back to the repeat scroll again. This is reasonably good. This looks... it's right on the cusp of visibility. Now it looks like it's consistent, that it's just when... It's kind of interesting. It's like after we go into repeat scroll mode, I can go back to the map, then we start to see the edge. And that looked okay, that transition. So okay, so why... I'm wondering if it's just a bug with the kind of attribute update it's got to do. Like, let's see, this is upper, lower, upper, lower, upper. So this is where it's got to update the upper portion of the attributes. So if we restart the game and look at where it hits on here, it's upper, lower, upper, lower, upper, lower, upper, I've lost track of it. Upper, lower, upper, lower, upper, lower, upper, lower, upper, lower. Versus the other. So this was a lower update. I'm thinking what's happening is that we have a bug where it works fine if it's lower, but if it's upper, it's incorrect and gets out of sync, which is then why we see that problem. But I think that would be a unique problem to just the repeat scroll. We'll know in a moment. I can hear my dog crying upstairs because he was playing with something and he got it stuck and he can't get it now. Yeah, so now we're starting on upper over here, right? Upper, lower, upper, versus the lower condition. So that's the problem. I'm just going to stop now. I kind of wanted to just get this finished, but I'm also kind of frustrated that I can't keep streaming. I don't want to go back to streaming this. We'll try again Monday on the stream, but anyway, as always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below on the recording. If you want to reach me on Twitter, I'm at Clairvis. I'm on Nintendo Age in the Discord as Zelius. And yeah, Gmail, Zelius at Gmail if you want to reach me, ask any questions that way. And I will see you Monday. Thanks again for watching. Sorry about the technical difficulties with the streaming, but hopefully Monday will be better. All right. Have a good night. See ya Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.